What's up, everybody? It's Joe from Empire Music, empiremusic.com in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are a Martin custom shop expert dealer, one of 20 worldwide. We bring you the best Martin stuff, and today I'm really excited about an exclusive guitar only found at Empire. Check out empiremusic.com, chat with us on the site, see everything we have to offer in Martin guitars. Most importantly, know we do a full pro setup to factory spec, dialing in the low end of the spec range for your action, making sure the guitar is tip-top head to toe for the best Martin guitars on earth. So a big part of being a Martin custom expert dealer, if you follow us, you know, is the wood selection process. Only 20 dealers get to go to Martin's factory in the world and have a wood locker and hand select woods for builds. And I go out there all the time, at least 3 times a year. My wife's family's from out that way, so it makes it an easy travel. And we are always in there finding cool stuff to design great guitars with. This is a Martin custom shop D-18 with an Adirondack spruce top and sinker mahogany back and sides, which if you're a Martin geek, you know the aura around sinker mahogany. If not, we're gonna get into it. What's really cool about Martin is that they have this really amazing history, obviously. And if you wanna do custom shop guitars, you can base your design off of a classic model with a twist, which we do a lot of times. You know, we make modern versions of things with woods that they don't typically use. Or in this instance, we wanted to really give a great glimpse into a kind of like a historical design and deliver just a great sounding, straight ahead, kick-ass D-18. And it's just like, this is no frills, straight energy, tons of tone, massive output. It's just a monster. So here it is. Adirondack spruce top, very powerful, gorgeous sinker mahogany back and sides. Now, for those of you that don't know, the most famous era of Martin guitars, late 30s, early 40s, the mahogany came from Central America and Belize, and that wood is very hard to export, et cetera, and they've used American mahogany for a long time on stock D-18s. Well, Martin came across a handful of years ago a source in Central America of this wood that was taken, cut in 1880s to 1920. So it was the exact wood that would have been used in those late 30s, early 40s models. And the way it was transported there was, by river, by waterway. And oftentimes these materials would just fall off because they were carrying massive amounts of it. And it would be submerged, and this mahogany was submerged for many years, and it had basically been gone for 100 years. It's like, and Martin sourced it, pulled it out of the water, and then basically cured and aged it. And now we have this amazing mahogany from the source of the most famous Martin guitars of all time, the hardest to get. But we have them now, which is amazing. It's just like, so you get the submerged aspect of it, gives you extra mineral content, so it kind of gives you a little bit extra overtones, different sonic experience. It's really, really amazing, and it's obviously very beautiful. It's streaky, so you get that superpower in the guitar. But with all of our designs, what we try to do is make sure that we're not just taking a guitar and like, oh hey, we just put this back and sides on the D-18 and we move on about our day. I'm always thinking of ways to elevate the build and make sure we're giving you something that really is difficult to find and fills a space in the Martin ethos that doesn't really exist. So let's get under the hood. Adirondack top, of course, very powerful. We should know all about that. But the real secret sauce here is in the bracing. We did Adirondack bracing with a golden era bracing design 5/16 inch scalloped. Now, a lot to unpack there. Adirondack bracing, I always say, is like one of the most sneaky and a way that enhance the sound of your guitar without spending $2,000, right? If we're building a Martin custom, and we design tons of custom shop guitars for customers, so if you ever want to reach out, we can definitely help you design yours head to toe. But this is one of those ways that if you want more output, you want more power, you want your guitar to really move against your body, and when you're playing and feel fast response and get tons of tone with light attack through massive attack, get all that vibration, Adirondack bracing is it. It's very powerful. It's something you can't see, so we don't often think about it, but home run on this. Then the golden era bracing is the design from that golden era, that 40s era. It's got more touch points, it's carved differently, it's all done by hand in the custom shop to maximize this specific guitar. And then 5/16 inch thick is a little bit wider than the 1/4 inch bracing, so it gives it a little bit more stiff, so it gives you more projection, more note separation, tons of power. So under the hood is the real secret sauce. Anybody, when I say this, anybody can order. You can go online and buy Sinker Mahogany, I'm sure, somewhere, or Adirondack Spruce somewhere, and have somebody put it together. The real trick is knowing the artistry to craft it inside to make it sound like the person is asking you to make it sound. That's the real trick. So that bracing is the sound of the most recorded records of all time. So it's very resonant in our ears. We know that sound. It's really popular for modern music. And when you play it, it responds, I think, best to you. I think if you're playing lightly, you hear a lot of tone for not that much work, and you get all this kind of character. And as you open it up, it's just beastly. So we have under the hood covered. We did black ebony fingerboard and bridge, mahogany neck. But now I did a modified V-neck on this to give us a classic feel from that era. Now this is not the big massive barrel necks. If you play the the authentic models that we sell, the 1937 authentics, they're much fatter necks, much bigger and chunkier, which is totally cool. People that like those necks, I love those necks. I think they're great. This is more like along the lines of a Clapton neck. So if you've ever played, it's like a soft V. It feels really natural on your hands. I don't think it plays any harder than a traditional, C neck shape. Obviously, if you want the skinniest modified low oval PA taper, then go with that. This does have the taper to it, but it's got that modified V. And then we finished it off with the Waverly tuners. We aren't cutting any corners here to give you a great guitar. Now, if you watch my videos, I like to do two things: dynamic range, and then the mids for balance. What's really cool about mahogany guitars, and I was thinking about this as I was coming into work today, is mahogany guitars are very balanced top to bottom. You're gonna hear the lushness and the fullness of the guitar. And I think a lot of times, folks I'm talking to about guitars equate rosewood bass with warmth. And I think I'm here, what I want to challenge you to do in this instance is when you listen to this, and if you have good headphones or something like a cool little Bluetooth speaker that's solid, listen to it through this, you're going to hear the bounciness. And this actually sounds really fat because it's even top to bottom, which is really, really important. And to me, that sometimes the warmth someone's looking for is really that. Now, if you just want a really bassy guitar, obviously rosewood has more bass, but also has a lot more treble, so it's a little bit bitier up at the top. This guitar is much more smooth top to bottom, but definitely has the classic Martin edge and cut. So if you like the flat pick and dig in, it'll let you cut through a mix. So let's check out the dynamic range of the instrument. Then I'm gonna play you through the mids and show you the balance to see what you think. Well, out of the gate, most impressive thing I think on this is both on the dynamic range, the low attack and the heavy attack. With the light attack, the guitar sounds still unbelievable. Like a lot of tone, it has character. It doesn't sound thin and quiet. It sounds really, really just amazing and beautiful. But as you open this guy up, there's no doubt about it. This is one of the loudest guitars in the shop. I mean, if you love a powerful instrument, I mean, I think there's yet another gear there that I didn't get to. Because at a certain point, I don't think most of us really play, even as heavy as I was playing at the end there. It's not how most of us play. But it shows the capability of the instrument. Super powerful, and it stayed defined. It didn't get sloppy. And that's really, really difficult. That's a testament to the right thickness of bracing that we picked, the Golden Era bracing, the Adirondack bracing with the Adirondack top, all those ingredients together with the Mahogany, because the Mahogany keeps everything even, and that's why you get that note separation. What I really, really love about it, the mids don't fall out like in a rosewood guitar. You kind of scoop mids. Here, those mids stay really true, and that's important for your strumming because now you don't sound soupy. And then it also, when we got up here and we started to play through the middle of the neck, everything's sang beautifully, and you hear that evenness top to bottom. So while you have the sparkle at the top, it's not brash. You have kind of like the mids are like very lively, which I think is just really, I love that. I think if you like to play chords and you like to hammer on, you move around, if you like to play with a capo ever, if you're playing up and down the neck, you want those mids to really have a voice, so it does. And then obviously through the bottom of the guitar, you hear that chug of the Mahogany. It's kind of got that thumpy, percussive part of it that's, I think is, I just really love Mahogany guitars. I own lots of Mahogany guitars. I think that something like this gives you a very high-end version of the guitar that's been handcrafted and designed to give you, I think, definitely a next level sonic experience above and beyond a stock D-18, but still with you know, modern sensibilities. Like, you know, modified V-neck is still very comfortable. The Waverly tuners are very high-end. Adirondack top will always be, 100 years from now, will be the defining voice of acoustic guitars. So we've really kind of straddled that line of giving you the playability of a modern Martin, because you know, their neck design is so good now, the action is really so low, and we dial them in to maximize that, which is really, really important, but give you that classic feeling and sounding experience. So this is the Martin Custom Shop D-18 Adirondack spruce top with Sinker Mahogany back and sides exclusively at Empire Music, our spec from our wood locker. Check out all of our Martin Custom Shop stuff. We have a huge selection of guitars that I've designed with the Custom Shop from our wood locker and our hand-selected wood trips. It's a great guitar. We take trades, we do financing, we do it all. Most importantly, whether you buy a new guitar, a used guitar, a $200 guitar, a $20,000 guitar from us, we are doing a full pro setup and dialing it in, making it the best version of itself. So whether you want a stock Martin or a custom shop, we're gonna deliver the best version of that guitar every day. So check out empiremusic.com. You can chat with us through the site. I'm Joe from Empire Music. Thanks for watching.